Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. True Knight here. So, I was going over a deck profile that I saw from my buddy last night. Let me see. I'm gonna keep it on this one, just because I don't have a wallpaper backdrop. Or, actually, no, I don't. Anyway. Welcome to a new series that I'm gonna be featuring starting in November here. I am recording this video a couple of days early just because it's going to be in front of all the videos that I do with this series. Just so you guys know what's what and how we're going to do this format. So this month I'm going to pick one deck every, let's see, let's look at a calendar, probably every 7 days in the month of November. So from the 1st till the 7th we'll do one deck. Then the 14th, 21st, 28th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 decks in the month of November. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to profile it at first. I'm going to make a basic profile for the deck that I've seen online or on websites, things like that. Show it to you guys. And then I'm going to base it off of 5 things at first glance. Number 1 is the attack power of the deck. Number 2 is going to be the defense power of the deck. Number 3 will be the recovery of the deck. Number 4 will be the skill expression of the deck. And number 5 will be the overall grade that I give the deck. And I'm going to do these based off of a 1 to 5 rating. So attack power meaning how quick does this deck OTK? Does the deck relies on? Does the deck have the combo set up naturally to go for game at any given point, or does it need help? The defense of the deck is, can the deck play enough non-engine to keep itself alive? Does the deck naturally have an engine that is defensive? Anything of that nature. Recovery is, what if you get board wiped? What if you get shifted? What if you get charmed? Things like that. Can your deck recover in those situations? Because it's very prevalent right now. Can Nibiru flat out destroy your deck? Things of that nature. What does D-barrier do to it? It asks all those kind of questions. Skill expression is something that I'm very fond of. Could I pick this deck up, learn combos today, and be self-sufficient enough to just pick it up and play it at a regional tomorrow? Does it take a week of testing? Does it take 2 days of testing, 2 or 3 days of testing? Is it something that after 2 months I'm going to find nuances to it? Like, where is the skill in that deck? And then overall is, I'm going to combine all those things and give it an overall 1 to 5 grading. Reason I'm doing this is because I have a lot of paper TCG deck cores, and me as a content creator, I do that to be able to showcase it on the channel. However, I only play locals maybe once or twice a month, and I want to give the average Yu-Gi-Oh player something of a kind of like, not like a necessarily like do these things, but maybe a guidance system for guys or girls that are in my predicament, where there may be tournaments in your city probably 5-7 days a week, but you can only go once or twice a month. So if you're going to base it off of that, how do you determine what to play? Do you just pick that Sword Soul deck and play that for 5-6 years? Because I played it for 4. And I'm not saying that I no longer play Sword Soul. I definitely have it fully built, paper, online, things like that. But if you want to grow in a game, I feel like playing different decks is kind of part of it. And yeah, you can be a one-trick pony for so long, but you eventually get to a point where it's like, alright, maybe this other mechanic's kind of cool, maybe these cards are pretty cool, you know, something sticks out to you. And so I'm predicating this towards people in my shoes. And I just want to give you guys all my dealings and how I cope with it and what I do. Because I don't have the luxury of being able to just go out and play on a flip of a hat. I got a plan for it. I usually plan to go to a locals like 10 to 12 days ahead of time. And I'm spending that 10 to 12 days of time just, okay, what am I taking? Like, I'm gonna record it for the YouTube channel. I better show up. I better bring my A game, you know, even if it's only 8 players, I better do at least top 4, you know, or if I'm at a 20-30 man random pop-up tournament, I better show out because that's a big tourney for me. And so I'm speaking to a lot of the players that don't get the chance to play, the dads, the full-time college student and part-time worker or full-time worker. Like, there's just not enough hours in the day. And so these are looked at as like Super Bowls for us, you know? So I really want to just dive into a deck that way. And I'm going to take a week with each deck to see if, like, by the end of the week, okay, my comfort level on the end of day 1, I felt like a 2 out of 5. By the end of the week, I felt very strongly, like, skill-wise, 5 out of 5, I could go with it to a tourney tomorrow and do just fine. So let me know if you guys are on board with this. The series is going to be pretty fun. And we're going to kick off things on November 1st. I'm going to make a decision today. Today's the 29th on what the deck is going to be. I'll usually probably let you guys know at the end of the week. So the plan is that the first day of the video, so the 1st, 7th, 14th, 21st, and 28th, you will see me say, hey, welcome to day 1 of the video. Here's the deck profile. Here's what I rate it. And then I'll probably do like 2 or 3 games that day on that video. And then throughout the week, every day I plan to post a video of probably like a half hour, 45, maybe an hour of just me playing matches. And you guys can see me learning the deck and growing with it. And then by the end of that week, on the 13th, and then on the 20th, and then on the 27th, and then on the whatever date after that, you'll see me give my final gradings and just say, all right, here's where I finished at the end of the 7 days, and here's how I feel about it, and here's my final grades for it. And then I'll tell you, like, is this a deck that I would build in paper and feel comfortable going forward with the format, even if the format changes via a ban list or a new set? Would I just make adjustments and be kind? So I'll make a decision tonight on what my first deck will be, and we'll kind of go from there. I'm not going to look at, like, meta too much. I'm not going to lie, one of them will be Snake Eye as Amina Fire King, because it is near and dear to my heart, and it's something that I've wanted to play ever since Snake Eye got banned, or hit on the list, and got kind of power crept a little bit. Not necessarily power crept, but it got ran down a little bit, and it's more reliant on other aspects rather than just itself. I am interested in playing that deck. And I mean, call it biased or whatever, but I went to a tourney last night, I played Tempai, I finished top 4, but lo and behold, 3 of my 4 matches were against Snake Eye Fire King, and it just was like so fun. Even though I lost to it one time, it was fun watching him pop off, and it was just a fun deck to learn the ins and outs of. So we'll kind of get into that, and then maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll think about decks like Voiceless, we'll think about decks like Ice Barrier, I'll think about decks like, I don't know, Kashtira Fire King, or something of that nature. You know, we'll put stuff together, and I'll ask people on my YouTube channel in the community. I'll say things like, hey guys, what do you guys think about these ideas for next week? And hear your thoughts, and what you guys are thinking and what I'm thinking. And we'll kind of go from there. So, I'll pick a deck tonight. You guys will obviously know episode 1 of, we're going to call this series Exploring the Format. And again, this is me reaching out to those players that are in my similar shoes, where you can't play every week, you can't play every day, you can't solidly play twice in a 10-day period. You gotta, like, plan out a week or 2 ahead of time, and you get to go to that 1 tournament a month or 2 tournaments a month, and you just gotta kind of navigate your way through Yu-Gi-Oh! That way. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoy this series going forward. I hope it stays around for a while, because I've been looking for a series to stick around and not just die off. But yeah, your support is what matters here, so please like, comment, subscribe on these videos, and be kind, be respectful. Let's get to the first episode, huh? Peace. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Truna here. So this will be the final episode of Season 2 of exploring the meta in the month of November with Ice Barrier. Overall thoughts. It's a fun deck. It loses a lot. Sorry to keep you on the screen. Let me put you here. I lost a lot with it. I had really close matches. I had matches where I felt like I was like one card away. Matches where I felt like I had it and then it just slipped away from me. Maybe I'm playing the runic stuff wrong. I'm not too sure. But my overall thoughts are it's solid. It'd be good locals. Wouldn't take it anywhere beyond locals. Probably just gonna stay at that level. It's a cool deck, and I love what it can do when it can do it. And certain people know how to play against it. Sorry about that, I got interrupted. Certain people know how to play against Lancia, certain people don't know how to play against Lancia, and it shows. But overall, it's a fun deck. So as you can see, what I finished out with was just your plain Jane engine, bare minimum, 3 mirror. I put in 1 revealer still because sometimes you're going to have hands like you'll see in one of the games that I played with this. You just draw Ice Barrier stuff. You don't draw any runic stuff. And this card just goes off. Played 2 of the Hexa, 2 of the Speaker, still 2 of the Georgis, and then 1 General in the main deck. I am playing these 3 in the side deck just for certain situations I wanted to test it out. There is with Lancia. 3 Searchers, of course. The 1 special, I don't know if I'd play this anymore. And then 2 of this. Maybe I would take this out for a 3rd, just so I could see it more. Hefty dose of runic stuff, and then I did still play the Charmy just because extra deck summoning turn 1 is so prevalent. And then my last cards of choice. This could have been evenly matched. This could have been Ultimate Slayers. This could have been D barriers, stuff like that. But I chose to do this just because of utility. Your average White Force Ice Barrier stuff. Only these 2. Because I wanted to keep Star Slayer in. That's how I did. Mulch Army, of course, in the side. Board Breakers, Nibiru, because Nibiru at this level of the game is pretty prevalent. And then going first cards that I could easily take out these 4 if I wanted to, and then maybe take out like this to put this in. So, overall, let's go ahead and go through it. So for attack, and you guys can compare this to my first deck profile at the beginning of the week. If you want to. Won't be offended if you don't. Attack, I give this a 2 out of 5. I had a couple of games where I swung for like 6.5k. Never really swung for 8. But yeah, Chengi came up 1 time and then he got instantly impermed, so it kind of sucked. For defense, I give this like a 3.5 out of 5. It's a very defensive deck. Everything that you think about that they're trying to do is defensive, whether it be get to Toad, get to Croc, get to Lancia. The only really offensive juggernauts that I know of are Chengying and Trishula. For recovery, I give this like a 1 out of 5. Wholeheartedly, just because I never found a way to recover in any of my matches. Skill expression, it takes a really good pilot, so probably 3.5 out of 5. And overall, I want to give this deck like a 2.5 out of 5. I know my numbers are probably lower than when I first started out with all the non-engine build and none of the runic stuff. Maybe it's just that I'm playing runic wrong. Maybe runic is just not that strong this format, but the deck struggled. I think that I won like 3 matches and lost like 7, so it was a struggle. But I also did run into a ton of Fire King Snake Eye, and that's really what you have to compare your deck against to right now, because it's the best deck, right? So how well do you fare in a matchup? And if you don't know the matchup inside out enough to go toe-to-toe with it, how well do your cards favor against it? And I thought Runic would favor pretty well against it, but boy did I just not see him. So yeah, overall it was like a pleasant experience. I got my fill out of it. Probably will not build this in paper ever and play it. I have the deck, but wholeheartedly, honestly, like after my experience with this, maybe it's something that I'll play on here from time to time, but it's just not for me. That I would like I explained to you guys that I go to locals maybe once or twice a month. This is not a deck that I would go out of my way to build to take to one of those trips. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are. I know there's some lovers of the deck. No offense to you, you may just be a great pilot. I know a lot of people do that about Sword Soul, that you just need to be a good pilot or understand the deck, so I understand that thinking. I don't take offense to people who say that Sword Soul is bad because they just don't know, or it's truly in a bad spot right now. So don't take this as me saying, "Oh, your deck sucks." Da, 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 da. I have said multiple times during this profile, for me, I just may not know how I'm playing it correctly or not, but for me, it's just not working. And so, what my suggestion is to you is, if you're a great pilot with it and you're confident with it, do it. Go off king or queen and go smash on people in locals. I would never take this to a regional or certainly a YCS, just because I think it's too easy to stop. However, at a locals level, if you're a great pilot with it and you know its ins and outs, go get them and reference it to me in the comments. I'd love to watch your matches. So yeah, guys, that'll be it for me for season 2. That'll wrap it up. Tomorrow we begin season 3, and like I promised you guys at the beginning of this, I will be doing a more meta prevalent deck, and we'll just kind of go from there and have some fun with it. So again, that'll be it for me here. Please like, comment, subscribe, stick around with exploring the meta through the rest of the 2 weeks. Crossover Breakers comes out in 2 weeks. You will see maybe a little commercial that I put into my videos for week 3 and week 4, that I'm going to be doing my first stream on YouTube, where I open a case of Crossover Breakers, and the goal is how much of the Ryu King, Raziel, and Malice can I build in one case. Ultimate goal is that I want to play Malice, and I want the Ryu Kings for Sword Soul and Voiceless, so I want to get those two, and Raziel is kind of like a whatever. But can I build all 3 in a case, or is it going to take more? So please stay tuned for that, and I hope you guys tune in for that stream. As we get closer to the date, I'll have a more specific date and time of when I'm going to be doing it, but I just want to get the word out there that I will be doing that for Crossover Breakers. So that'll be it for me for True Knight for Season 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this week. If you're Ice Barrier fans and you stuck it out with me, forgive me for my not necessarily lack of, but just overall skill of this deck. If you guys are great with this deck, please feel free to show what you can do and have fun with it. But for me, it's just not my cup of tea. So anyway, guys, be kind, be respectful, and I will see you in the next one. Later.